party, the Republican Party, can do better. I believe there are many things we can do better. Previous Republican leadership tripled earmarks here in the state in Washington, D.C., and used those earmarks to force people to vote for things that weren't good for their district. We also saw that both parties have been plagued by political and moral scandal in the past, and that needs to change. Also, they failed to address real issues like energy and healthcare that should be addressed. Yesterday, the Daily Herald endorsed my candidacy, and I'm very pleased about that. But a big reason why they did it is because I'm recognizing and speaking about areas that we can improve, both the Republican Party and the Democratic Party going forward. I want to talk about that more today, but one of the things I think we absolutely need to do is enact term limits for all congressmen, and also we need to have a total ban on lobbying from former members of Congress and family members of congressmen.
Thank you, Mr. Hultgren.
Thank you very much. Look forward to talking to you some more.
Mr. Hastert? Thank you. And now we'll start with the questions from the media. And we'll start with Joe Grace from the Chronicle.
Hello. What specifically can and should be done by Congress to help spur job growth here in the state and across the country?
And we'll start with Mr. Hultgren.
Thank you. I think this is one of the most important issues that we have to address immediately right now. It's one that's affecting every single one of us or our families. We know people who are out of work, looking for work. We need to turn our economy around. The first thing that we have to do is recognize that there are things that we can improve our economy. We need to stop the growth of government. It is a house of cards, and the only thing that's growing is government. The only person that's hiring or group that's hiring are government jobs. We are a system and a society that cannot sustain itself when government is the only thing that's growing. So we need to grow the private sector, and we do that by giving incentives to them. We've seen it here in Illinois. When we've attacked private sector and put more fees and taxes and burdens on them, they've chosen to leave the state of Illinois. And the same thing has happened in the United States of America. When we put additional tax burdens on them, those who are able to look for ways to go other places to do their business, it becomes a business decision for them, and it costs us jobs. We need to give real tax reform, tax credits to those who are creating jobs in our communities, both small, medium, and large-sized companies that are creating jobs, have a job-creating tax credit. I also want to see a 10-year extension on the research and development tax credit that's out there. So companies who are innovative, using American ingenuity, coming up with great ideas for the future of our nation, will have the confidence that they know that for the next 10 years they can hire and make plans building on that tax credit. I also want to see an extension of the 2003 tax credits that we've had. I also feel strongly that the current health care plan that's out there will be a huge burden on business especially. We saw the Pelosi bill in the House in particular will affect about 40% of small businesses with significant higher taxes. And that'll cost us jobs. We need to rein those jobs, make sure we keep those jobs here. And overall, I want to see more credit for children, so increase in tax credit for children, and also for married couples to increase the deduction there for married couples as well. So there's a lot of things that we can do, and we've seen do spur the economy, and that's what I would support.